Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You are with me, Madam Nan. In this video, I would like to explain about lipid, still in chapter 1, molecules of life, but the subtopic is 1.3 lipid. Alright, first of all, you need to know that lipid is non-polar hydrocarbon, or it is non-polar compound. So meaning that lipid has no slightly charge. Means it do not have slight charge, either positive charge or negative charge. It says that lipid is water insoluble. Okay? Because remember, water is polar molecule because water has unevenly distribution of charge. Oxygen atom of water has partially negative charge, but hydrogen atom has partially positive charge. Due to that, water able to dissolve many compounds such as polar compound and ionic compound. But then, lipid is non-polar compound, so do not have any partial charge or slight charge, so that it cannot be dissolved in water. But lipid can be dissolved in non-polar solvent. Lipid can be divided into three major types. The first one is triglyceride, example is oil and fat. Second is phospholipid, example is lecithin. And the third one is the steroid, example is cholesterol and testosterone. Now let's take a look the monomer that made up lipid. First is fatty acid. So this is the structural formula for fatty acid. It is a long hydrocarbon chain with carboxyl group. Hydrocarbon chain means the chain consists of carbon and hydrogen. Carboxyl group is C double bond OOH or COOH. So look at here, the hydrocarbon chain is represented by R, and then the carboxyl group is C double bond OOH. Another monomer that made up lipid is glycerol, a type of alcohol which have 3 carbon atoms. So look at the structure of glycerol. Let's take a look to the first major types of lipid, which is triglyceride. Triglyceride, also known as triglycerol. In room temperature, the triglyceride is in liquid form, so it's called as oil. But and it in a solid form at room temperature, we call it as fat. Triglyceride is composed of 3 fatty acids that link to 1 glycerol by ester linkage. I repeat, triglyceride is made up of 3 fatty acids that link to 1 molecule of glycerol with the linkage called ester linkage. As the triglyceride can be compressed as oil or fat, it is due to the fatty acid that build up the triglyceride. If the fatty acid has 1 or more double bond at hydrocarbon chain, which is at the R group, so the fatty acid is called as unsaturated fat. So the triglyceride in form of oil at room temperature. But if the fatty acid that react with the glycerol with no double bond at hydrocarbon chain, so it will form a triglyceride which is in a solid form at room temperature. So we call it as fat, or we call it as saturated fat. So for the summarize of saturated fat and unsaturated fat, you can look at this table. Formation of triglyceride. So triglyceride is formed between 3 fatty acids and 1 glycerol, and the reaction is take place involve the hydroxyl group for each carbon in glycerol and also the carboxyl group for each fatty acid. So look at the structure here. Okay, in this reaction of formation of triglyceride, the process involved is esterification or condensation. So this process involves removing water molecule. The reaction, okay, look at the carboxyl group in each carbon of glycerol and the carboxyl group for each fatty acid. So the water will be removed from each carbon and each molecule of fatty acid. So water is H2O. In this situation, hydroxyl group is removed from fatty acid, and the glycerol will lose the hydrogen atom. So that will cause 3 molecules of water is removed. So remember, the process is called esterification or condensation. So the product is triglyceride. The bond that join the glycerol and fatty acid is called as ester linkage. So other than triglyceride, the side product is 3 molecules of water. Breakdown of triglyceride is known as hydrolysis. So in this process, okay, triglyceride molecule is being added with 3 water molecule. So the 3 water molecule then will be react with triglyceride. So it may form back 3 molecule of fatty acid and 1 molecule of glycerol. Remember, the process is hydrolysis. Second type of lipid is phospholipid. And as you know, phospholipid is major compound that make up a cell membrane. And this phospholipid is made up of 2 molecules of fatty acid, 1 molecule of glycerol, and 1 phosphate group that attach to polar group. For example, is choline. So let's take a look to the structure of phospholipid. The type of lipid is steroid. Steroid is made up of 4 fused carbon rings. For example, is cholesterol and also testosterone. Cholesterol is very important in our cell membrane. Other than that, cholesterol also a precursor for other steroid. Okay, and then the importance of cholesterol, it also contribute to the heart problem. For example, is atherosclerosis. Okay, that relate to the heart problem. And then the importance of testosterone. As you know, testosterone is the major hormone in male. So it will responsible for sperm formation and also sex characteristic for male. Okay, here we are at the end of lipid. So I will list all the importance of lipid. Okay, but you need to know, one of the favorite question about lipid is the question will ask you why lipid provide twice energy compared to carbohydrate. And this is the answer skip. Because lipid has more CH bond. Okay, because you know that lipid has hydrocarbon chain. The hydrocarbon chain is very long, so the CH bond is many or more compared to structure of carbohydrate. So that's all for lipid. See you in the next video. Bye.